The Canada West season is over for the Manitoba Bisons women's hockey team, but they're already in preparation for next season, or maybe a few seasons after that. But Jon Rempel is here to make sense of that. Jon's the head coach of the women's hockey team here. And Jon, talk about spring camp you guys have coming up, April 28th and 29th. What kinds of things are you looking for from the players that come to that?
It's a combination of things. We've done it for a couple of years. I've actually tried to include younger age groups in the last couple of years as more of an ID camp. There are some girls that are coming that are looking to possibly come to fall camp. Our roster is pretty close to set for next year, but we might be looking for, maybe an added forward or an added defenseman for some depth for next year. So there's that portion to it. It's also a good opportunity for girls that have never been on the campus to come kind of see Max Bell. We do a little information session about college hockey and just get them familiar with the surroundings and kind of what it takes and what it's about. So it's usually a good weekend, and we usually have a pretty good turnout.
Is it a little bit almost like a recruiting tool as well? You talked about making players familiar with college hockey and the University of Manitoba. Is that something that, that familiarity kind of helps bring them here?
Well, sure it is. And I mean, it's I do a lot of tours with individual people and their families, girls that I'm quite interested in, and we take a tour around the campus and that, but this is more of a way to get a mass group of kids in here and, like I said, show them what's going on. And yeah, sure, it's somewhat of a recruiting tool, I hope, for some of them down the line.
And you've mentioned, it's been going on for a couple of years now. Is it something that, you've kind of found a diamond in the rough out there and kind of been like, maybe this person can step in?
Yeah, actually, I mean, in the past, when it was more of a ID camp focused on looking at players for the immediate now. I've had about 3 or 4 players out of that spring camp that have gone on to make my team, and a couple of them actually played 5 years. So it's kind of a little bit of both, but like I said, it's more geared toward younger players now. I've kind of moved it that way, like I said, because the recruiting game is so competitive that you have to be doing these things a year, 2, 3 years in advance. So like I said, the spring camp is a good thing, and I think that it serves a good purpose. And like I said, we're looking forward to it.
And you talked about how you've moved kind of into the younger players just because that's the way recruiting's going. Mm-hmm. What kinds of things are you looking for at that point? Obviously, they're still younger players. They're going to grow into they're going to grow up into different players, realizing different potentials. What kinds of things are you looking for at that age?
I'm looking for kids that are kind of keyed in and are kind of go-getters, I guess, and are really proactive in terms of what their goals are. They have some goals in mind already, and they are keen to pursue the university experience. I'm certainly looking for that. I mean, obviously ability, you're looking for ability and really kids that can skate more than anything else. They're at that age, they're going to have at 14, 15, they're going to have things in their game, obviously, that are going to need a lot of developing and whatnot. But kids that can skate and, like I said, are really keen and come here and have energy and are really kind of engaged in the process, that's more what I'm looking for than anything else.
So judged on that description, I wouldn't make your team, but maybe there are some girls out there that would. GoBisons.ca is where you can find more information on the spring camp. If you can't get into it this year, maybe next year. For Shaw TV, I'm Mitchell Clinton.